Here we go. Can you hardly believe it? Hold on.
No. What can't I believe?
I said, I had to get closer to the mic. I said,
Yeah, you gotta enunciate.
Can you hardly believe that it's been a whole year of weekly releases of Hoosier Main with your two favorite co-hosts? That's your.
I'm Anthony.
Yeah, that was your cue. God, we.
Okay. Yeah.
1 year later, we have nailed the opening. Yes, I am Jared. And this is 1 year of Hoosier Main podcast.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. He's right, folks. We're 1 year old today. We have a special episode today. Well, you know what, though? I know this says episode 62, but, our initial release was like 10 episodes right there. So that's why it's 62 instead of 52 for all you math nerds out there.
Yeah. We wanted to give you something to binge on, get you addicted, and then once we had you hooked, then we just gave you slop for a year.
I'm scared to go back and listen to the first 10.
Yeah,
because...
not the best. That wasn't our best effort.
Well, yeah, we learned so much, I feel like, over the year.
We really did.
It was our best effort. They'll be knocking past us like that. They were trying their best. We're still trying our best. What's it going to look like in another year?
That's true. I'll bet a year from now we won't have to re-record our audio.
Yeah, well, you say that, and then my mic will be fucking up again because it has before. I've re-recorded sections before. You didn't know that, bet. Did you know that?
No. Through the power of video editing, you can make anything happen.
Yes. Well, we have a special episode here because we are bringing on some of our closest supporters and listeners to the episode to kind of get a little bit of we're listening back kind of moment. A couple of our friends, my youngest brother, should be really fun. We ought to get them in here. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's bring them in.
Oh, yeah, come on in. Hello.
Oh, there's good levels.
Hello.
So we have a guest here, a very good friend of ours, who is my wife's opening the door. What do you want?
She wants to know who I am, obviously.
Oh, she let a cat in. Damn it. Okay. Anyway, we have I can't. Yes, we have a very close friend, good guest, and longtime listener with us today.
Hey, everybody. I'm Anthony.
Okay, well, we're going to do the intro later.
No, I was saying I was the guest.
Oh.
That was the bit. Was like he's always here and I'm the guest. Come on, man. You gotta.
You're killing me, Smalls.
We definitely brought this new guy on named Anthony, and he's been around for a little while, and I appreciate your visiting the show.
Thank you.
Because they're, yeah. How have you been?
Yeah. How's it going? Yeah. Great. Yeah.
Here with my wonderful co-host.
Long-time co-host. Yeah.
My wonderful long-time co-host, not Anthony.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to introduce yourself, you can use a gamer tag, your name, whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah. My name's not Anthony, so I've been a long-time host for a long time with Jared here.
So true.
I go by Drendel. My name is Chris. We've been listening and supporting this podcast for a long time, and we really appreciate it because it is a real pleasure to hear how you guys interact.
It's a pleasure. It's our pleasure. We brought our friend Chris here on to the podcast to tell us more about some of the gaming that gets done around his house and what he likes to play. And we really were wanting to know some maybe like some favorite personal story you have about when you first started gaming, or maybe just like, yeah, you got kids, you're like me. Maybe you got a story about you when you first started gaming with your kids or something. What do you want to share with us today?
Yeah, I can definitely dive into that. So we'll kind of tackle the first question of like how did I get into gaming? Um, when I was younger, our household didn't have any games in it. We were not very well off, and so I had to go to like my friend's house to interact with any games. And so the first games that I kind of got introduced to from like a console or a PC would be Gran Turismo
Ooh.
um, and GT2. Those were like my favorites because I was good at them. And then Madden football, right? So that was the combination that got me started. I think I was in middle school when that all happened.
Gran Turismo.
And then later on, yeah, I love Gran Turismo. We used to do the cheese for Gran Turismo 2 with the Escudo or whatever it was called. Um, let it run during the day and do like the 1,000 lap thing and get a bunch of money at the end and then go spend it on all the exotic cars that we wanted. Um, but we love that game. It was what kind of get me introduced to games in the beginning. Through high school and whatnot, I wasn't really a big gamer. I used to watch like my friends play Madden and things like that. And then it wasn't until I was in Kodiak, Alaska, that I got stationed up there, and that's when my gaming kind of took off because there was really nothing else to do. And so we started playing Diablo 2 in some LAN parties, right? So it wasn't even online yet, because the internet up in Alaska is not all that great, by the way. And then so we went from LAN parties to um, Dungeons and Dragons Online eventually, and then from there is where Drendel, which is my character, my handle, my name, kind of got started. Is I wanted to come up with a name that was kind of fancy and it sounded fancy to me, so we transitioned that over to WoW, and we played World of Warcraft for 16 years or 17 years. You might get to hear from Foxy a little bit later, but we ended up in a kind of a world race guild that used to do a lot of raiding, and it was more like a job than a game. We loved it. It was entertaining. And one of the best things that ever happened was I used to play the shaman, right? And you can go into Ghost Wolf, right? And so my oldest at the time always wanted to see my Ghost Wolf, right? So I go into Ghost Wolf. We're in the middle of AQ40, which is a really big raid, right? And I'm sitting there in Ghost Wolf, and I got to go use the bathroom real quick. So I go to use the bathroom, and when I get back, I find out that my daughter had ran my Ghost Wolf into the boss and started the encounter for everybody and wiped everybody. So it was pretty cool.
I've never heard that story, and I knew that's exactly where it was going.
Yep. She loved it. She used to have me dance or whatever, but as soon as I left the keyboard, she'd move it around or play with it. What was cool about it is even though that we were really kind of like a world first type raiders, nobody took it so serious that they were mad, right? They all thought it was super cute that my daughter had done that.
Yeah, that's right. Also, you said that you were stationed. I know this fact about you, but you were in the Coast Guard for a long time too, weren't you?
Yeah, I did 10 years in the Coast Guard. It was my favorite job. I don't know how sidetracked we want to get because I got stories that I could tell for years about doing stuff there, but
We might have to get a future interview about that. But we really want to know what you're playing right now that you really like.
so right now the main game that I play is Final Fantasy 14. Me and a few other of our friends and one time Jard this is where I met you, and we do a little bit of raiding. We do some ultimates, which are some of the harder stuff. I've cleared 2 ultimates, yay, which is phenomenal. But yeah, we're just holding it down. I like pretty much every aspect of it because there's a crafting and gathering aspect. There's like raiding aspects. There's jump puzzles. That's where you and I first met, and it was phenomenal. And then there is just what they call G posing, right? Which is where you take pictures of your character in different settings. So I like the whole thing that there's so much to do.
Yeah, 14 really has something for everyone. That's for sure. I know I've tried to pull you in, Anthony.
Yeah, I was just amazed at how big the world of Final Fantasy XIV was. I had already kind of played World of Warcraft, but that was with a separate friend group. But when I got into 14, it's like you said, you can completely forgo raiding and just be a crafter. Or you can just be a guy who just hangs out in town and RPs. I've never experienced a game like that where the community of 14 is so welcoming to new people and friendly and inviting, but also in that realm and that space of like, yeah, if you want to do ultimates and you want to play this game to like its razor's edge degree of precision, you can. Or you can just go in town and you can just RP as somebody who lives in town and sells, your vendor wares. I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool thing that not a lot of other games have.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Drin, you were just in the deep dungeon, weren't you? That's yeah.
Yeah, there's a newer deep dungeon, right? So we have 4 now. And basically what it is you can have a party of 4 people and you go through different floors. There's one of the deep dungeons that's 1 to 200 floors. And then there's 3 other ones that are now 1 through 100. And you get some really cool special titles if you do it solo, right? So it's tuned to be 4 people to do it, but I'm on my quest to getting some of them done solo. And so today I finally beat the level 60 boss. Yay! So that was kind of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Anthony, that's where you get Necromancer title. Not in the one he's doing, but the very first deep dungeon that was ever introduced. You can get the Necromancer.
All right, I'll keep back up.
Which is the only one with 200 floors, so it takes a little bit, and yeah, you should go for it.
You really are a Necromancer if you make it through that.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Yeah, that I definitely we're gonna meet some more of the folks that I met through 14 on here. But Drin, you and Foxy were some of the first 2 people that I was really interacting with in a really positive way in the game.
I remember the very first time we met was during the summer festival, I think it was.
Yeah. Yes.
And we decided that we were going to climb this tower, and you just happened to get into voice with us, and we just had a blast, by the way. And so I'm pretty sure you and we all call it the Friendship Tower now. So every year it's supposed to come back around, and we climb it on the Friendship, anniversary, as it were.
Yeah, the Moonfire Fair. And that freaking giant thing, and I was trying to climb it, but I just drank a bunch of whiskey, and I was like, if there's a voice channel, I'm gonna join it. in the FC that we have.
We are so glad that you did, because I'm glad that it pulled out your personality, and we got to know you a lot better, and through you we met Anthony, so I'm pretty thrilled.
Hell yeah. Well, I think we need to, unless there's something else you want to add, we need to move on to our next guest. Any parting words, Chris?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. Yeah, just keep up the good work. I'm going to be watching out for more episodes of Hoosier Main. There's a plug there. Listen to it now.
Thanks, man. We really appreciate it.
Right. You guys have a good one.
See ya.
All right. We have our next guest here, a crowd favorite, always talked about, has been on a previous podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I've been here once or twice. Once in physical appearance, the other in spirit. The infamous Zero, aka Marco, or the other way around, however you want to do it, I guess. The third amigo of the podcast.
Yeah. You voiced Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid. That's where you might know him.
Yeah. It was actually a rough project. I voiced Psycho Mantis, Solid Snake, Liquid Snake. It was rough.
Well, no spoilers. Don't spoil it.
Oh.
Well, okay. We're asking all of our guests to come in and share a early gaming experience. Do you got one in mind that you want to share with us?
An early gaming experience. I would say the one that's in the forefront of my brain is actually one of my earliest conscious memories is sitting in my parents' bedroom and watching my dad play the original Resident Evil, playing his scariest part, which is towards the beginning of Resident Evil 1, when you're going down the hallway and the dogs jump through the window and they start chasing you through that like L-shaped hallway. That is burned into my brain, and I remember it to this day as if it happened yesterday. That was like my first introduction to video games, my earliest conscious memory, and that's why I love Resident Evil and I love video games in general because of that memory.
I think there are so many parts of that game where they were designing it for the like the purpose of that particular jump scare wasn't to scare the person playing, but to scare the person watching the person playing.
Yeah. That scares me just thinking about it.
Yeah, it still has an effect on the old man because like on the PlayStation, they have like the little classics catalog. So before we moved here, we lived with my dad, and I played it for a little while. And the second we got into that hallway, we were both like looking at each other like, "Oh, time to clench those butt cheeks. We know what's gonna happen here." Like 30 years later, like we know what's gonna happen, but we're still like, "Oh God!"
Just watching you play the GameCube remake recently, that game really stands out in my mind as like a really powerful memory from when I was a kid too. I know Anthony as well, and being able to share those moments, those same moments with you, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, zero!" He's just running through like whatever, Jill sandwich or something.
That makes me like watching somebody who's good at that game is more scary to me than me playing it, because when somebody's good at it, they're like dodging through and, they're not getting hit. They're not using their gun. And it's like, oh, right, I have to go through this hallway. There's 2 zombies in there. I'll just dodge them, go to the door on the left. I'm sitting there going like, okay, if I remember correctly, I think there was a key somewhere in this mansion. I'll just kill all of the zombies and I'll find a key and then hopefully it opens a door. And I just bumble through the entire thing, just blasting away.
And then you find it and you're like, I don't have any inventory space. Fuck.
Shoot.
I gotta go all
what
the way
was this
back.
for again?
That's the part that I always forget about is inventory management in Resident Evil 1. Here, you have 4 squares. I have what? Deal with it, boy.
Deal with it. Yep.
What are you playing right now? What's the game that you want to share?
Currently working on the Resident Evil playthrough project, which I'm sure will inevitably end up with us doing a replay of that series. Have to go through. I plan on playing all the mainline games and then making sure I know it front to back like I do Metal Gear. So it's been fun. I haven't played the original remake in a long time. I just got done beating Requiem. Just got done getting the platinum for Requiem. The series is so good. Top 2 for me for sure. Since I can't play like MMOs and stuff since I just had a son, so all my time is occupied. I don't have time for multiplayer games, unfortunately.
That's right, and congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
The first one's free, right? The first platinum trophy is like,
it's
really fun. You have lots of really good memories about it, and it's like it's the one that you cherish, and it's the one that you always look back on fondly. And then you're like 2nd through 500 are just the trash trophies that you get, and you just throw them onto the pile. And it's like, I hate you. I'll get you, but I hate you.
Yeah, right after I got it, it's my first ever platinum. So I looked at the others. I was like, maybe I'll get it for the other games. And I just started looking through the list, and I was like, man, no thanks. These are chores. I don't know. I don't think so. Some trophies, some achievements are just ridiculous.
We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've actually talked about it here, right? Where some of them are just hard just to be hard. They're not challenging. They're just hard, just to be hard.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Although that doesn't stop someone from not only getting all the achievements once, but then repurchasing a game on a different console to do it again.
I've only done that twice. And that was for
too many.
Final Fantasy VII. That was
Too
for Final
many.
Fantasy VII and Fallout 4.
Okay. All right.
Well, I do also double dip on games, but not for the achievements. It's just because I'm a greedy game junkie.
Exactly. Yeah. You just want to see the differences.
Yeah, FOMO.
Yeah, and the FOMO. Right. They added new stuff. I got to check it out.
Okay, all right. As far as the Requiem, it was really hard for me not to just. You started streaming it one day recently, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna look for a little bit. Then I just watched you do a no context, no all story skipped, go as fast as possible run, and that was one of the most confusing playthroughs to watch, but also the most enjoyable because by that point you had already kind of mastered the systems of the game, and you would like. He would like be in first person mode, like standing against a wall, and then like this monster goes running past him, and then he just yoink. I was like, what? What are you doing? Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You didn't watch the cutscene? Oh no, you didn't. I skipped it.
Yeah. I just remember our friend Foxy joining the chat and be like, what's happening? Me and Drin, I don't know.
I don't know.
Now you're caught up.
Yeah. And I think right when she came in and asked that, and we said that, I think it switched characters. So we're like, yeah, she's like, so what the hell? We're like, exactly. Welcome to the no context run.
Why are you a girl now? Weren't you just a boy? Don't you worry about that. Yeah. We'd definitely like to get you back on for a Resident Evil deep dive at some point. So everybody listening can look forward to Zero rejoining us for that, because you're getting ready to run through all of them, aren't you? You started on one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I plan on going through, if I can, go through all of them on PC. I don't know if I want to take the time to emulate PS1 and stuff.
Yeah,
for the original
That's
two. But we'll see.
That's fair. Is there anything you want to add? We still got a few minutes here.
I've recently recommended Mexican candy to Jared.
Oh,
I did, and I'm excited for him to try it. And I hope the review of those candies are expressed on the podcast, on the pod, if you will.
Yeah, maybe I'll drive.
Oh, we could start doing like mid ad roll ad breaks of like different candies.
Oh my god!
People recommend to us. There you go.
Yes, please recommend all of your candies. Me and Anthony will eat them. I'll drive them over to his house.
Yeah, and get ready to do voiceovers for them, advertising them like they are a part of a commercial. I will do that. I will happily do that for mine, as well as Zero Tolerance. TM.
That's right.
Yeah,
patent pending.
Yeah, we need to get that phone call once a week. This is Zero Tolerance calling in. First time caller, long time listener.
Each time you call in, though, it needs to be like a more outrageous situation.
Yeah.
Like first time you're in front of your computer, you got your nice microphone like this, but then the second one, you need to be like in your car, and then you need to be at the grocery store.
Like I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get home. I need to talk about this now.
This is Zero, and I have zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
Be next to my dogs while they're barking and my kids crying.
Yelling from across the room.
It'd be awesome. All right. Well, I guess we better sneak in the next person. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
I guess I better skedaddle.
Goodbye.
Thanks for having me. Can't wait to be on next. Goodbye.
See ya.
Mwah.
We have our next guest, very close friend from Final Fantasy XIV and the wife of a previous guest. If you would like to introduce yourself.
I'm Foxy.
Hello, Foxy.
Welcome.
I don't know what to say. So that's what you get.
That's fine. That's perfect. We are asking everyone as they come in, what is an early gaming experience that you would like to share with us, share with our listeners and with us?
I'm going to go with a good one because that's probably more entertaining than a bad one. And it would probably be when Drin and I were raiders in WoW. I don't remember what raid it was, but our kids were really little, and we were on a break, and my kids were playing in the water. They thought the toilet water was really fun. I don't know. Don't ask kids. And Drin told them to get out of the effing toilet. I don't want to curse on your show because I know you guys have sponsors.
Well, shit.
to get out of the fucking toilet, and our daughter, our oldest daughter, was like, "Yeah, get out of the fucking toilet." She's like running around the house, and everybody in the raid could hear
Oh
her.
my god.
And it was the funniest thing ever. Everybody was losing their minds. Like they were just laughing. It was great. So, that was probably one of my early like fun, other than like silly gaming when I was a kid. But I didn't really get back into gaming until I played WoW. So that's just a fun one.
That is it's pretty fun. Get out of the fucking toilet water. I can hear him saying that in my mind.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, our daughter running around saying the same exact thing. I think she was like
Oh
5
my
or
god.
6, like very little,
That was Warcraft, right? What class did you play in Warcraft?
Yeah. I was a holy priest.
Ooh.
That's all I loved being a healer. It's very different in Final Fantasy 14. But I did love being a holy priest. That's probably the only thing I miss about WoW.
Yeah. Holy was really cool. I don't know what the current state of
Yeah.
Holy is in Warcraft. We tried that little stint into Legion Remix. I know that you abstained, which you chose right. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's not the same. Most people don't play Holy Priest that I know of. A lot of people want to play Discipline or Shadow.
It's true.
So
They got that Moira.
I think because they do the meta, WoW has the
Ugh.
meta.
Ugh.
So yeah,
Gross. Yucky.
you can't just be whatever you want to be.
Yeah, because 14. Of course, we've already stated that I met you through 14, and you play a lot of different classes in 14, and you do a lot of the harder high end content. I know this is kind of off the rails, but I always like to talk about that game because it's so cool, and I'm trying to convince my other person in this chat.
No.
Shit. What do you play in 14?
Oh,
Yeah, tell us that.
I'm a summoner main.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, you are.
Yep, that's what yeah. So that's what I'm doing. We're doing the savage tier
Ooh.
right now, so
Yeah, you guys
it's
are getting
fun.
close to clearing it again. As it comes out, you guys clear it.
We are halfway through the third fight of the 4 fights.
Jeez. These fights are not easy, folks, if you've not played 14. These take a lot of practice and concentration.
Yeah, I was going to say, explain that a little more, because my introduction to 14 was not the traditional one. And so maybe maybe you could shoot some life into this game that was
Sorry.
torture for me.
My bad!
I'm not sure how you get something other than the traditional, but
Well, I got taken to a whorehouse.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Okay,
Is that pretty traditional for everybody?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
No, they took advantage of me. Got it. Okay.
They did.
Okay,
Did
got
they
it.
take you to Balmung? I mean, what are we doing here?
So,
So,
oh, shit.
you obviously have to get through like the main story, to be able to get to the high end rating. But it is a fun challenge. Like you get to see some really good fights. I think they're really good fights. I mean, I don't know. And you get to see different mechanics, and you get different rewards, like clothes. We get really cool mounts, and weapons and stuff. Which is the part I like, because I love mounts and shiny weapons. But this was the first time I ever got into the story of a game. I know Jared and you guys talk about like the story and all that kind of stuff a lot, but this is the first time like this story actually grabbed me, and I just was like, oh, I have to see more. Like I was like crying and I was laughing, and I was like actually that invested in the story. And I never got into the story of WoW. Like I know parts of the story of WoW, but it wasn't the same, even though I know there is a story. Does that make sense?
Yes, to me, because I played both as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the story-centric character, I mean, it's just written so beautifully in 14. Warcraft, you're just a guy. You're just some guy.
Yeah. and you're just grinding all the time.
Yeah.
But I did this, and I was like, I love this story. The first expansion, the ARR, is a little rough. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely, but once you get past it, like Heaven's Ward, oh my god, ugh, still one of my favorite expansions.
Yes.
Still, like I love it. Like I will go back through. I have alt, so I can go back through and play Heaven's Ward and Shadowbringers. Not as crazy about
Shadowbringers.
Stormblood, but
Light dying light. Yeah, we're kind of blowing past, but I
oh,
don't.
sorry.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I really want to talk more about 14, but unless that's the current your current passion that you want to share with us, then we'll just keep talking about it for another couple minutes here.
I mean, yeah, that's really even like Dreamlight Valley that I play as for like downtime stuff. Haven't even been playing that one that much, just because I've been doing just so much in 14 that it's kind of. I've just been busy. That's all I've been doing lately.
There's just so much to do in Final Fantasy 14. I know Drin earlier was kind of talking about it, but and you also have highlighted some of the other things you can do, but it really is just like it's like the gobstopper of gaming. MMOs used to be that.
There's something for everybody. Like there's crafting and there's glam, so you can do like all the clothes and stuff like that, and G-posing and raiding and the story, and like there's just so much to it, and you can sink so many hours into. I don't even know how many hours I have sink into it, even with my alts. Like, and I don't even mind going back and doing stuff with my alts. Like, I'm like, ooh, I love fishing. I'm gonna go fishing today. You know, like I think the new Occult Crescent stuff has necromancers in it, or it's like that's what they suspect. I don't know. I should go look at it.
All right.
And then you'll want to play, right?
I'll play.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Just pour it on.
That's just in one zone, but they're doing all the I now of course my brain's malfunctioning, but
That's the way it goes. Don't worry, it happens to us.
Yeah. I think the thing that's crazy to me is I've played games where they have that other stuff there, but like the fishing mechanic is so intricate. You could spend a month just doing that, and you would have the time of your life. There's deep sea fishing, there's zoned fishing where you like go and try to find each zone's catch, and then there's a rotation for fishing. That blew my mind that it's not just like click a button and then you catch the fish. There's a like an actual rotation for catching the better fish styles. That's insane.
I have a fish I've been trying to catch for 2 years now. Slippery little sucker.
I was getting ready to say that you're talking to a fish cord master over here. This is Foxy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Whatever. You were logging in to catch that one.
But I have sunk a lot of time into it, and I think tonight at 10 o'clock I think I'm getting online to try again. Like fucker. He's just super elusive. So, you know, it is what it is.
If you look right now, you can see that Foxy is wearing the badge of the Fisherman's Horizon from 14, a Discord that you can join for fishermen.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I have that.
So yeah, she knows a lot about that. Foxy here is expert on a lot of the more I don't know, deep divey things you can do, like triple triad. I know you've done that. I know you've done a lot of the glam stuff and just deep dungeons. You've done all the deep dungeons. I mean, your resume is huge.
Yeah, I mean, I've done them. I've done them as a group. I've never done them as a solo. That's definitely not something I excel at. But I like playing MMOs because you get to play with your friends. You get to play with other people, and that's part of what I like about it. I like solo games too, and I just don't feel like peopling. But
that's fair.
I definitely like that I can make new friends and meet different people from everywhere.
Me too.
You know, it's not just people from the area that I live.
That's true. I think that's one of the things that really hit me when I first started playing was just how like welcoming the community was. You know, if you had a question, you go up to anybody, even if they don't know the answer, it's so much different than any other MMO where it's like just they just dismiss you and tell you to go look up a YouTube video or something like that. Like anybody in the game is willing to spend time to help you get better at the game. I thought that was insane.
Yeah, I do like that about people, that they're just like, oh, let us
Yeah.
help you. Here, give us your hand. We'll help you.
Yeah, they'll literally drop what they're doing and guide your character to where you need to go. Like, here, come on, let's go. Let me help you out. What else you need? Here's $1 million gil. What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, you do find those bad eggs, but you have them everywhere, right? Like if people are like, oh, I met this one guy this one time. Well, of course, no community is without bad people, not even in real life or in your games, but it
That's
definitely
true.
could be worse.
Well,
So the community for the most part is pretty welcoming.
we want to thank you for joining us. We've kind of.
Thanks for having me.
But if you got any parting words before we move on to our next guest?
I think you guys are doing great,
Oh, thank you.
and I love listening to it when I have time.
That's why we do it for you guys.
We're not twisting anybody's
I know.
arm here, are we?
It's great.
Yeah.
We love it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and sharing your experiences with us. We really appreciate that.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Go on, get.
next victim. Yeah, go ahead. This is your turn, Anthony.
Well, I don't have the questions written down. You
Okay.
have the questions.
I'll read them to you, and you ask.
Hey, everybody. My name's Anthony.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to Hoosier Main.
What are you doing? Wrong.
I don't know. You
Wrong.
said
Wrong.
No.
you said to start.
We have a guest with us, a very close friend of ours. She is the wife of a previous guest that we just had on, Marco. You want to tell us your name or gamer tag to share with us?
Sure. Yeah, my name is Amy. Excited to be here. Feel honored.
We're excited.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Long time listener.
Yeah, first time caller.
First time guest, long time listener, you know.
Yeah. We are asking everyone a similar question. If you want to share with us a early gaming experience that you want to let us know about, something that we don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, man, early first time games. I mean, I've always been around games as like the youngest cousin, the youngest sibling. I was always doomed to be the watcher, so I was constantly just getting to watch all of my family play games, like all of the Mario games. Duck Hunter was always my favorite. I loved watching everyone play that, and then finally getting the opportunity to hold the fake gun and actually try to shoot. I was terrible, but so good at it at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I feel like just as I grew up and finally getting to actually play games, it was just fun. Just that good like one-on-one bonding with whoever you're getting to play with. Just a lot of fun. Even like on PlayStation 1, playing Frogger. How can you go wrong? Love Frogger. Yeah, I feel like I have so many memories to try to pick from, but I feel like they all just are kind of in the same. Just that good bonding time. I feel like that's so hard to come across nowadays with. It's great to be able to have online friends and play with, but there's nothing better than that camaraderie of like actually sitting next to someone and getting to nudge elbows or steal the controller from each other, be like, no, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. So I feel like I've got so many memories from that. It's so many good ones. But like I said, I feel like just getting to be next to people and play games is probably the best thing in my opinion.
Couch co-op is definitely awesome. I had 3 brothers growing up, so elbowing was more like fist fighting for us. But talking about Duck Hunt, man, is that a fun game. It's fun now.
Right?
Those light gun games are amazing. That Zapper, the Nintendo Zapper. Did you have the orange one or did you have the gray one?
The orange one.
Whoa! That's the one, bro.
The one.
Yeah.
It's just so iconic.
Well, the more important question, did you cheat and go up and put it on the screen, or did you sit back and fire from the couch?
I think a little bit of both, for sure.
Well, because it starts out fair, right? And then the first person that once you start losing, then you run up and cheat.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get annoyed. You're like, God, I just want to shoot him. I just want to get him.
The real cheat method is to put it up against the light bulb and pull the trigger.
What? The light bulb?
Yeah, because when you pull the trigger, it flashes the screen, and then the duck is white and the screen is black, and that's how it tells if
Oh,
you hit them or not.
look at you. Wow, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
Now you can use that next time you guys get the
Yes.
Nintendo Zapper out. You'll be like, watch this. You put it up to your phone like, pew, 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 pew.
Need to make Zero do that.
She's winning. How is she doing this?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what's your current passion? I think I might know, but I want you to surprise me.
Yeah, you know. The Sims for sure. I've always loved The Sims. I mean, I played the original Sims with my stepsister, and then once I finally was able to get a computer with my sister, we shared. I had The Sims 2, and then played that forever. Got introduced to custom content downloading, so that took me into a whole other spiral. And then I wasn't really a big fan of Sims 3, to be honest. I really didn't enjoy the graphics. There were some like gameplay aspects that I did enjoy, but not so much. And then of course Sims 4, that's been out the longest, and I have all of the content that you can have for it. And I share my account with a friend, so we've taken turns like buying some of the packs and um, other things, but I can't not. I just love it. It's so much fun. I love building. I've definitely shared some of my building and live streamed it for some of our friends. It's just fun. It's very easy, you know, a cozy game, of course. I've gotten, I think, a little bored with it lately just because, I mean, there's always something new coming out, but I just feel like it's all still the same. So I think I definitely want to try to dabble in something else, but I often do that. I'll get a little bored with it and then I'll try to see like, oh, what do I want to play? And it's fun that with our friends we've got quite a few different games that we've all hopped onto and played together, and that keeps me satisfied for a little bit, and then I just go right back to my cozy Sims because it's just nice.
Yeah.
The Sims for you is Fallout 4 for Anthony and Pokemon for me.
Oh yeah? Okay. I love that.
That's what I was going to ask is, do you play as like a character and you build them up, or do you prefer to just build houses and then you have like the guy who's trapped in the basement who paints for you to get all of your money?
I've definitely done a little bit of it all. Like I'll have a specific character that I've maxed out all of their skills, and I constantly use them for just anything, trying something new. If there's like new content comes out, like a new job or whatever that comes out. So, but I've for sure also just stuck to building. Building's, I think, my absolute favorite because it's there's no rules to it, so you can just build whatever you want. So I've built like fantasy homes, I've built regular homes, I've built like hotels or schools, restaurants. It's just it's fun to kind of change that up a little bit. And I definitely do have a mansion that has a secret dungeon down below where I've trapped people in there. I haven't made them paint for me though. I need to do that. Gotta have that steady income.
Oh yeah.
You're evil, Anthony.
Exactly. You got to get in on the new
Okay.
generation of strats.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's your whole bloodline then.
It's not me. It's my sister. She's the one that does that stuff.
One time Zero asked me, he was like, do you
Okay.
kill people in there? And I was like, I mean, you can. I don't
Sometimes.
really like to. And he's like, do it. And so I made a small room and locked someone in there. And then I put a fireplace in there. I put a chair in front of it, caught them
Oh
on
my
fire,
God.
watched them die. But then they become a ghost. And then depending on if you have like a specific expansion, I can't remember which one it is right now, but you can like even play them as a ghost and you can see more like into their afterlife, and it's kind of fun. So it doesn't just stop at them dying.
I think the best one I've seen so far is the person who was trapped down in the basement died. Death came to claim them, and then while he was there, my sister's character started dating Death, and then her and Death started having a relationship while he was reaping
Oh
that
my
person's
God.
soul.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, there's certain achievements I think that you can get with dating the Grim Reaper. I think you
Yeah.
can even have a baby with the Grim Reaper. Yeah. But it comes out as a regular baby, which I think is weird.
That is weird.
I would assume it would be a ghost, but maybe that's just not a thing. Like maybe you just can't have ghost babies in The Sims.
It's like Pokemon.
It should come out as Danny Phantom.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes, you win.
Yeah, got both of us. Jeez.
Dang, that was a good show. I haven't watched that in forever.
Oh my God. I'd love to sit here and talk about Danny Phantom.
We've talked about this all the time. We need a divergent podcast that's
Yeah.
for old TV shows.
Yes.
It will run the same time as our current
Yeah.
podcast, and we'll compete against it.
Yes. Do it. Do it now.
Yeah, then it does better than this one. I'll be like, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, they'll equally.
Great. Now we got to go back to
amazing.
making TikToks and Instagram reels.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
God. Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of your builds, Amy. Not a lot of them, I guess. Just the ones you've streamed, and they're incredible, Anthony. If you've not seen them, she could be a pro designer, or is one. I don't know.
I wish. But I've had years of practice in building, and it's fun. It's also fun to like watch different YouTubers. I think that I get a lot of joy from, but that also kind of stems back to, my pastime joys of watching people play games. I just love watching like what other people would create, so I get a lot of inspiration from that too. I need to share more of my builds. I forget that the posts have a little channel for me to share
yeah.
my things. So I need to do more of that because it's fun, and I love that you guys enjoy seeing them too.
Well, is there any parting words that you want to share with our listeners or with us before we move on to another guest?
Well, just thanks for having me. Everyone listening, continue to listen, or else I'll come find you.
Well,
I'll make you listen. No.
we have a bruiser. You better watch it.
Good. Great. There goes our sponsors.
No, Nintendo, come back. No. No, I love listening. So thank you so much for continuing to create lovely episodes of rambling. It's great. I'm just happy to be
Well,
here.
we're happy that you were here, and also congratulations to your firstborn, you as well. We only
Well, thank you.
congratulated Marco, and that was
Thank you.
very wrong of us.
Yeah, that was his fault.
No, that's okay. I'm sitting here
Yeah.
holding him. He's in.
Oh, he's in the podcast.
Oh,
He is. He's right here.
Okay. All right.
He's asleep, but
That's
he's
good.
enjoying it.
Well, thanks again, Amy. We hope to have you back in a future episode, maybe about The Sims.
Yes. Oh, yes. I can say lots of things.
We'll talk about Danny Phantom instead the whole time.
oh yeah.
Yes, that. It'll be a ruse. You wanted The Sims? Nah, Danny Phantom it is. Get on the wagon.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Thank you guys so much.
thanks again.
No problem.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
So we have yet another very loyal listener and my brother. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Max. I am Jared's littlest brother. Youngest, I guess you'd say.
I wouldn't say little. He's pretty tall,
Yeah.
folks. We share a lot of the same gaming experiences. This is hopefully I haven't shared your gaming experience in the past that you're wanting to use, but we've been asking everybody who's coming through here today what is an early gaming experience that they want to share with us and our listeners. So what do you got for us?
I mean, obviously, so many, just from being the youngest brother of three brothers. I mean, Pokemon was a huge one for me and Jared when we looked through that JCPenney magazine, but I would say probably the biggest game that I first started playing just like on my own and finding was Golden Sun, which turned out to be something that I think you as well played through both Golden Age, just the regular, and then Golden Age Lost Age. Is that what it is? Golden Sun Lost Age. Sorry, I said Golden Age. Golden Sun Lost
Close
Age.
enough.
Close enough. But I mean, that was like a huge one, like just because I had a good friend of mine. We both bought the game and we played through it actually simultaneously to where like we were like making sure we're in the same spot in each place that we were at. And it was actually like one of the first games that I ever beat, like from watching all my brothers play games over the years, like Final Fantasy VII and like too many names and games to count of watching my brothers play. Uh, but I mean, Golden Sun was like still to this day has like a huge impact on like my gaming of like, oh my gosh, I can actually do this myself. I can go through these puzzles. I can beat these bosses. I can level my guys and actually get good equipment and do these things. So I mean, that was like a major thing for me was Golden Sun. Um, just was very pivotal. I'm actually sad that they're not making any more of them. I know they made a DS version. I don't think I ever played that one. Um, but I think you bought it, didn't you?
Yeah. You talking about Dark Age?
Yeah.
I still haven't played it.
Yeah. It just was so different compared to like the originals. I think it didn't line up to what I liked, I guess, in the Golden Sun kind of like mindset. Uh, Another one for me too, which I think I told you about this, was Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell was like huge for me as well. That was like the first sneaky game, and like I actually beat like
Oh
all of
yeah.
those games. My favorite was actually playing with our brother Bryce, Splinter Cell, a double agent, and we just would like go through this, and like it was like teamwork in the beginning, and then like later on it became to where like we had to like kill each other and stuff. It was
Treachery.
just awful in the end.
You were telling me before we started about trying to sneak past some
Oh, yeah.
searchlights.
Yeah, so there's this one level where it's like helicopters, and Bryce's guy was the American guy, and I was the Russian guy, and I would stick to like who I was. I was the Russian. He was the American.
He's role playing, folks.
And he kept running into the light every single time, and I was like, "You get caught by a helicopter one more time, I will kill you myself." And he still kept getting caught, and we eventually got through it, but the ending was just awful. Like it was like we was teamwork the whole time, and then you just end up just betraying me. Sorry if I spoiled it.
No
for anybody,
spoilers.
but the game's so old.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do try not to spoil things, but I mean,
I know. Yeah, that's like the
some games are just too old, You're
Yeah.
just like, sorry, this is a fucking spoiler. Here it is. Yeah, Bryce, our brother, known for his sneakiness. Yeah. As far as Golden Sun, I forgot that you were so young when that came out.
Oh, so
Because for me, I was like super excited for that game. And I forgot, yeah, because when you first started playing Pokemon, you were only like 6 years old, weren't you?
yeah, and Jordan actually took over my Pokemon because I was catching only Rattatas.
Yeah, we got you another one. Yeah, hey, folks, this is the original Joey right here. He would come up to
He's
me and he'd
purple.
be like, hey, Jared, look, I caught another Rattata. I was like, dude, get something else, bro. He's like, they're so cool.
I eventually moved to Nidoking.
I think you did end up catching Nidoran. Yeah, and then we got you a Nidoking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nidoking. That's what I went to.
That's your boy.
Now it's my go-to.
Yeah,
I love Nidoking.
you know in the original Red and Blue, the Nidoking is considered one of the fucking best Pokemon in that game.
Really?
Stat wise, move pool wise, yeah, he's like a goat or not a goat, but the goat. It's more like a rhino.
I actually have a first edition holographic from 1996 still
Ooh, nice.
of a Nidoking.
I'm interested to hear what you're playing right now. Like, what present day game are you playing?
I mean, so life has gotten a little bit different now that I'm older. Got kids, job, and stuff like that. So it's hard to find time, especially since my son's in like sports and stuff. And so the time that I do find is obviously handheld, just because it's easier. I can just like sit in bed, watch TV with the wife, and kind of just play. Usually it's Stardew Valley though. I mean, recently just got into like our cousin, me and Jared's cousin. He's was like, "Hey, I want to play online for Stardew Valley," and I was like, "Oh, dude, I love Stardew Valley. I will jump in that, and it's rough starting from the bottom after you already have a farm that's like 7 or 8 years in, and you're like, I gotta go to the mines. I have to make money. This is rough.
I hate it here in the mines of me. Here we go, boys. Delve deep as we can.
I've definitely adapted to like what you talk about, like where it's the mine life. Like we yearn for the mines.
Yeah.
We yearn for it.
Yeah.
I've definitely just been that guy, and he just goes fishing and stuff, and I'm like, you got the easy life. Here I am in the mines, breathing in the coal dust, coming home late.
The fish, they yearn.
They yearn for me.
That's cool. Yeah, you'd been telling me about that playing with our cousin, and I know you guys have been having a good time. And I was thinking about that because I've been hankering for some Stardew Valley after the 10-year anniversary reveal. Like big news, 2 new marriage candidates.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna hit for Switch. I don't remember when I saw
later.
like the date for Switch, but I think it is later.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, it's always Penny for me.
Penny? Oh, you're a Penny
What?
guy?
She's
I
traveled.
didn't even ask you that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
yeah. Penny,
You're a Penny guy.
Penny all
He's
day.
a Penny guy, folks. Yeah.
Fellow redhead.
Love her.
Yeah, I think I usually pick
She's traveled.
Abigail just because like you can give her rocks from the mine and that works for me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I got rocks.
It's easy
You
to
like
say.
rocks, lady? You want to eat these rocks from me?
You eat the rocks. I did see that meme.
Well, there was like a mistype or something or whatever in her dialogue where she
Yeah.
would say that looks delicious when you'd give her a amethyst or something. And so
You're not supposed to eat these.
yeah, everybody was like lol, and Concerned Ape was like, leaving it in, it's canon.
She eats the rocks.
What a wonderful, wonderful game that is.
No, I love that Concerned Ape does that. He like is paying attention, even though he's building a new game and stuff. I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, on a chocolatier.
Love that game. It's been so like it brings you back to like nostalgia yet modern. Like because it gives you that Harvest Moon, yet it's like not Harvest Moon. It's like its own thing. It's so fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we're nearing the end of our time here. Is there anything that you want to like leave the viewers with?
I mean, just keep listening and keep gaming, and I don't really have anything else. I mean, love the show.
I realize that everybody that we said this to has said that. It sounds like we told you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
We're like, all right, tell everybody to listen.
No, I really do. I
Yeah.
look forward to Thursdays. Let me tell you, on my drive to work, it's like my go-to. Like it's right as soon as I'm leaving for work, I put that on. I don't finish it all the way until I get to work, and so it gives me something on the way home too, which is great.
Well, we appreciate it. Well, I guess we'll see you around, brother.
All right, much love.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. That's everybody that we had coming in today. What do you think? You got anything you want to leave the viewers with?
Yeah, we've kind of had a nice little running joke here. End every episode with a exaggerated see ya. I think it'd be kind of fun if we let the fans do a
Ooh.
see ya. Let them send us
That's
off.
a good idea. Hold on, let me get everybody in here. Hey, get back!
Yeah.
Come on, guys, get back in here! Come on! They're all here. Okay, everyone. Everybody, sit down. Let's get together.
That's great acting.
Okay, ready? Yeah. All right. If you guys just want to give us the big, this is just me saying it, so it's on the here. Just give us
Sound
the big old, like, see ya. You can say funny stuff. You say bye, whatever.
Maybe we don't want to leave you.
Okay.
Can we get like a countdown
set.
or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
That's not a
See
countdown.
ya!
That is not a countdown.
Let's try it again. From the top. All right, this is the big outro. We'll see you
Oh,
later,
okay.
everybody.
3, 2, 1.
And yeah, 3, 2,
Okay,
1.
yeah.
See
See
ya.
ya!
Bye,
See ya.
Thanks for listening, all.
Perfect.
10 out
That's
of 10.
funny.
That works.
I can see that whole thing being
I fucking call it golden age.